Hello, friends and soul seekers. Today I have a very special reading for you. This reading will be about your past life. This is important because your past life brings energy into your current life. Your soul is energy, and it carries that energy through several lifetimes. These are not simply cards. Each pile will carry the memory of a soul you once were, a lifetime lived, a purpose pursued, and a wound that is unfinished and present in your current life. Now, both of these piles, all of these piles right here, contain a stone. These stones will not guess who you were. They will remember alongside your pile. Now, choose the pile that draws you in, not with your eyes, but with your energy and your heart. This is the life that shaped you and is waiting to be remembered by you. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. Think and breathe deeply and choose your pile. Okay, if you chose pile 1, this is your reading. Okay? Now, the stone we have for you today is a lepidolite. Okay? Now, we'll put it right here, and we will discover which cards are waiting for you. Okay? Now, from the Rider-Waite deck, we have the Hierophant. From the Light Seers, we have Justice. And from the Haunted Cat Tarot, we have the Five of Staves, or the Five of Wands. And from the Guardians of the Night Tarot, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. These are beautiful cards, and they're going to tell us a lot about your past life along with the Lepidolite right here. Okay? All right. So the Hierophant right here tells us that you were some sort of spiritual or religious leader, or perhaps just a huge pillar of your community that acted as a leader. Okay? But most likely you're a religious leader or some sort of oracle or carrier of tradition in your community. Right here with the Justice, you're balancing this person that people saw on the outside with a different person or shadow self or unfulfilled part of you on the inside. And it was a delicate balancing act for you. With the Five of Staves here, you are an individual that was standing tall in your image, but you had passions burning brightly behind you, and you had that conflict ever present in your heart. And right here with the Ace of Pentacles, we can see what you are meant to be today: wise, strong, fulfilled, blooming, fully present, fully resonant, and accomplished. Okay. So let's look at all of these cards right here and tell you what they mean. This means that because you are this wonderful religious leader right here, the community just completely depended on you. Okay. You are highly, highly respected within your community, and you held great power and confidence in your beliefs. And others followed you with extreme, deep devotion. All right. And this is meant that you, because this is a Pope figure right here, you were a leader, not just someone that was high in your faith, but an actual leader of your faith. Okay. And you were fully devoted, and you did everything that was expected of you, as we can see in the continuation of the Justice. The public saw you as this person, but you were carrying a hidden tension within you. Okay. You gave so much of yourself to your role and your people that your own identity right here dissolved. Justice shows us that the quiet struggle of trying to balance who you truly were with who you were expected to be. You became a mirror right here for others' beliefs, a symbol as you're wearing the crown right here. But you had so much more inside of you that you wanted to express, and this was unfulfilled, okay? With the Five of Staves, this reveals that you experienced much internal conflict and repressed many parts of yourself, all right? And these are the parts of you that you repressed in the background. You are a perfect pillar on the outside, but a silent storm brewed within, okay? This fire in the background is the silent storm within you. Now, in this lifetime right here, we have this beautiful, beautiful Ace of Pentacles card right here with the pentacle at the top and the wise owl in the middle and the blooming at the bottom. This shows that you are invited to plant a new seed that will blossom, not as a servant of tradition or a leader of a religion or traditional order of service, but as a new whole person. You're meant to bloom as this individual right here, okay? And your doubts and all of these wounds from the past where you felt repressed and not truly yourself are meant to dissolve away. You're supposed to bring in both your light and your shadow right here. You need to integrate them into this whole, complete person. This life is your new opportunity to achieve resonance within your true self and let go of all of these roles that no longer serve your energy. All right, with the Lepidolite right here, okay, what this tells us is that this is a stone of gentle self-reclamation. It's meant to soothe away your anxiety, dissolve perfectionism, and reconnect you to your own truth. It reflects the energy of a soul who spent lifetimes being strong for others and now needs to be whole for themselves. This Lepidolite remembers the weight of ceremonial robes and whispered prayers and the silence behind the mask of wisdom. You once stood as a guide. Now you are the light you once served. Plant your truth. Watch what blooms. Okay, if you chose pile 2, this is your reading. All right. What we have right here is the Chrysoprase, and it's a favorite of mine, and I will tell you more at the end. From the Rider-Waite Tarot, we have the 6 of Pentacles, okay? From the Light Seers, we have the 7 of Cups. From the Haunted Cat Tarot, we have the King of Moons or the King of Pentacles. And from the Guardians of the Night Tarot, we have the Emperor. Wow, powerful. Look at that. Great Horned Owl. All right, so let's explore. So this is the 6 of Pentacles, and what this tells us, or tells me, is that you were a successful person, likely a businessman, merchant, or a banker of some sort, because you're holding the scale right here. And you were a generous person and a provider, either for your community, your family, or both. You were someone that people depended on, but this often came at your own expense. The 7 of Cups tells us that you dream for more. This person is looking and dreaming at the options around them, but they're just dreaming. They're not taking these opportunities, and that's what you felt on the inside. And with the King of Moons right here, this is a powerful figure, okay? And this is a huge, huge pentacle behind it. And what this tells us is that you had this outer mastery and you were seen as stable, grounded, and successful. And you wanted to be that complete person in your past life. Because the King of Pentacles or King of Moons here is powerful, present, and successful. Not just, a person with a good job that's a provider. And you wanted to be seen as that. And the Emperor right here is the most powerful, one of the most powerful cards I have on any deck. It's the throne behind it, but it's standing tall. It's the great horned owl, wise, standing tall on its own, above everything. Okay, so this is what the energy that you want to carry into your present life based on these lessons. So in your past life, as I said, you were a businessman, merchant, provider, banker. You held wealth and influence, and you were known for your generosity and providing to those you loved as well as your community. You gave to others freely. You probably were, charitable in general, and you were dependable and powerful, or at least you were seen that way. But you were unfulfilled. You had dreams, you had desires, you had ambitions that were beyond that, but you were giving endlessly and you never had the time to devote to that kind of spiritual or emotional fulfillment that you really wanted. This tells us right here that you retreated to an internal dreamscape. Your fantasies of a life were not bound, where you were not bound solely by providing and the expectations of others. You wanted freedom, passion, love, and adventure, but you never chased them. You had a fear of failure because of wanting to embody this. Now, you ideally wanted to integrate these, but you never did in your past life, sadly. You wanted to have a power that included emotion and presence into what others saw you as. But again, you never got that. So in this life, the Emperor tells us and affirms your calling. It affirms your need to overcome this past of just giving, 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 and not receiving resonance and reciprocity and generosity from others as well, and feeding into yourself. The Emperor affirms that you are finally able to step into full command of your presence in this lifetime. This time, you're not here just to build others up or provide. You are here to be seen, to lead, and to exist unapologetically as this great horned owl in your full light and potential. You have a throne, but you don't need the throne itself to show how powerful that you can be. And if you overcome the wounds of being this person that gave, you might have carried some of this into your present life at times, but you have every potential to become this. And this is what you need to learn from in order to become and to heal these wounds. Okay. So the Chrysoprase right here, phase, connects to the heart and invites you to feel worthy of love, success, and recognition without guilt. For a soul who gave everything and received little, this stone helps restore balance. It affirms that this life is about you, your light, and your new throne of who you are meant to become. This Chrysoprase remembers the smile you gave away and the desires you never named. You no longer exist just for others' approval. In the past or in the present, you are the throne, and the light is now yours. Okay. If you chose pile 3, this right here will be your reading. Okay. So, what we have right here is the Magnesite. Okay. And I'll explain that at the end some more. From the Rider-Waite Tarot, we have the 2 of Pentacles, a classic card. From the Light Seers, okay, interesting, we have the 7 of Wands. From the Haunted Cat Tarot, we have the 5 of Tombs, or 5 of Swords. All right, look at those colors. And we have the 9 of Swords from the Guardians of the Night Tarot, okay. Interesting one with a polar bear. All right. So what this right here is telling us, look at the water, look at the ships, look at the juggling standing on land. This tells us that you are likely a sailor, fisherman, or sea-based trader in your past life. All right, you probably lived in a coastal area that had many challenges, and you had to balance your land life with your sea life. Now, right here, this is a person that's trying to overcome obstacles, move through obstacles to have inner peace right here. Okay. And that shows that there was a lot of struggle for you to achieve those things and that personal empowerment that you so desired in your past life. Okay. And right here with the 5 of Tombs or 5 of Swords, this shows that there was a severe emotional toil and you were isolated and alone and felt like everybody was out for themselves and you had to be out for yourself as well. So you couldn't truly make the connections you wanted to make on an emotional level on land. You were always torn, always just surviving and never being able to thrive in the way that you wanted to. Okay. And this is the energy. So in this case, because the 9 of Swords is sort of a negative card, this is not what you want to embody in this life. This is what you want to overcome. You want to be this great light-filled protector that the polar bear is, but you don't want this influence in the background. Okay, so we're going to talk about what this means for you overall. So because you were a sailor, fisherman that was struggling between land and sea right here, or a sea-based trader of some kind, you likely lived in a poor coastal region where your survival depended on your ability to navigate through these rough waters, both literally and figuratively. Shifting markets, seasonal hardship, uncertain catch as you worked and toiled away. You were constantly moving between this land and sea life as well. Never truly stable, never truly fulfilled in what you were bringing to the table for yourself or others. But most likely you were a bit isolated, so it was mostly for yourself here, okay? So this tells us, again, that you were constantly facing competition and trying to get a sense of inner peace. Oh, we have Persephone with us, my beautiful cat. So this means that this is an important reading because she's here to bless it. So again, you are constantly facing struggles right here, okay? And what this tells us, again, is that this inner light was important to you, but you never achieved it because you were constantly fighting things around you and people, competition, hardship from lack of success here. Alrighty. And this 5 of Tombs, again, it shows a lot of isolation and a severe emotional toil. You were unsupported and you were unable to trust others, and that made you isolated. You had this beautiful brilliance within you, as we can see with the light here. However, you were always questioning yourself because of your survival mode and your ability to succeed and protect what you had earned and the people that you loved if you had someone. But it seems right here that you were rather isolated and you didn't have a big familial system, but because of the life that you were leading, and that made you feel emotionally sad. All right. And so what this says is that you are exhausting and you carry this anxiety and emotional weight with you in this life, as we see here with the 9 of Swords, because this is you now. You are this beautiful, protective, light-filled polar bear, but you're dealing with anxiety, okay? So in this lifetime, this speaks to the mental obstacles that you are facing to come into your light. You are constantly feeling on the edge because of your past wounds in that lifetime. You're always questioning your ability to succeed, all right? And protect what matters to you. And you are called to finally release this weight. You are not here just to survive anymore. You are here to shine like this polar bear right here in the light, okay? So With the Magnesite right here, this is about dissolving anxiety and clearing emotional blockages. It supports a transition from fear to clarity, from overthinking to presence. For a soul who once lived in a constant state of adaptation and competition, Magnesite finally offers peace. It helps you remember you are not in danger. You are becoming into your greatness, okay? You're becoming into this polar bear right here, and you have every potential to do that as long as you release this burden of being in survival mode and not thriving and feeling isolated that you bring in from your past life. The Magnesite remembers the waves you endured and the visions you buried beneath them. Okay. This time, you are called to embrace this light. You are called to rise. And you are not just surviving, you are becoming. Get that beautiful cat, Persephone. Okay. All right. Let's have Persephone join us in our closing here. All right. Now, let's meditate a bit. These lives do not define you. Although you carry wounds, they do not define you, they inform you. They are not cages, they are keys. What you feel, what you fear, what you long for, it comes from somewhere real. But this life is yours. Now you remember. Now the energetic mirror has spoken. We are here and you have returned.